So hey, what's up everybody? We're working on the Plymouth Fury again, trying to figure out something on this front seat. We got a split bench here and it's in really bad shape. Look at this thing. That is really bad, man. Really bad. So we got to figure something out. Not sure if you caught the last video or not, but this is what we did to the back seat. And man, 100 times better than it was. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now the plans for the front seat are going to be a little bit different. We're going to go kind of a different route on this. And don't worry, we're not putting fur on them this time. So stick with me. I'll show you that here in just a minute. For now, I got to get these tore down and cleaned up. We got to get all this crap off of here. The foam is really bad, so we got to get that off of there, and we're going to have to replace it. So we got to go a little further with the front seat than we did with the back. We got pretty lucky on the back seat. We didn't have to do any kind of foam or any kind of reconstruction on that. All we had to do was just wrap it. But you can see here, we got a work cut out for us. We're going to have to go a lot further, I think. Start by taking off this old cover. I think it's junk. That thing was so bad, I think when you take it out and burn it. In case you missed the previous videos, that we drug this thing out of the field where it's set for 10 years, and this thing has been ate up with mice and everything else, so she's not doing so well. Spray it down with the old purple power. The stuff seems to be working pretty good. Good enough for these old seats. Now here's the thing, most of this stuff is going to get ripped right off of here. The foam, everything. But before I start messing with this seat, it's so disgusting that I just want to get it cleaned up a little bit, you know what I mean? Get rid of stuff like this. And stuff like that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it looks like a mouse has been living in there. All right, we got the pressure washer fired up. Let's hit it. I think I'm going to attempt to pull this back piece off. It just clips off of there. We're going to be real careful so we don't tear it up. That way we can clean the inside of these out because it's pretty gross in there. These are just clipped on here. Oh, yeah, like that. And I can actually see them from the back side, so that's kind of helping me since there's no real upholstery there. There we go. Let's see. Looks like that just wraps around underneath there. Oh, it's got a screw. I see it. Okay. Yeah, they hit a screw under here. Actually hit one on each side. Look at that. Okay, there we go. That'll come right off of there. You can see what I'm talking about, man. We want to get all that nasty stuff out of there. Let's pull this one off too now that we actually know how to get it off of there. Pull the screws out first. There we go. Now we can unclip it. And again, I should be able to do it from the inside since I can reach inside the seat here. See if we can get this one from out here. There we go. That was easier. It's always a little easier when you do things the right way, huh? So you can see we got another nest inside here. Man, that would have been gross to leave that behind. Look at that, nasty. Yeah, there's a whole bunch in there. Look at all that. I wouldn't know any other way to get that all out of there without pulling the back of that off. We would have never gotten that all washed out. Most of this, I think we'll be replacing. It's just disgusting. That's okay, I got new foam. Yeah, both seats were just full of this stuff. Big old rat's nest. Alrighty, so I've got them all cleaned up now. What's left of them? Yeah, the driver's seat kind of took a beating. That stuff was so deteriorated, I just went ahead and just yanked it off of there and got rid of it. Not to worry, passenger seat fared out pretty good. I think a layer of foam over this will definitely do it justice. And the best part is that we can use this as our pattern to make the other side. As long as it matches, it should be okay. Got this stuff down at the old Walmart's. It seems pretty thick. I think it'll work. Yeah, look at that. I think I'm just going to lay that foam up there and just kind of trace around it with my magic marker. It seems like the easiest way. It's like the perfect size too. So here's my outline right here. My pattern, we'll go ahead and cut that out. I made it just slightly oversized so we could trim it back if we need to, but I think that's pretty dang close. Trim this out with my skeezers. Cuts pretty easy. It's not too bad. Need one of those electric knives. Just come buzz right through this. I don't do enough of this upholstery stuff to need all that fancy stuff. So I think basic tools is all it's gonna take. Do this. Now I'm just taking my new foam and I'm just kind of shoving it up inside of it, right up underneath that, what's left of the old cover there. And since we're able to access it from the backside, which is really cool, I can actually kind of get up in here and shove that material all the way in as far as I need it to go, which is really nice because I need it to kind of go around this corner up inside of here. Because you see how there's a bar that runs down through there? Well, I feel like if this doesn't wrap around that bar, you know, that it's going to be kind of uncomfortable. You'll have the bar trying to wear through the material on the edge, you know what I mean? So you see there where I kind of went in past the bar there. That's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of shoving it in there, in between it and, like I said, what's left of this outer cover. I'm just about to get in there. It's actually going in pretty easy. Now remember, we made it a little bit big so that we could kind of trim it back, get it just right, and that's what I'm doing now. Kind of trimming across the top here. I'm even going to come through and kind of get the contours right, you know. We don't want these edges. We want it to kind of roll over the edge. This razor blade seems to be doing okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to match the natural shape of the seat. I'm not trying to change anything. I'm trying to kind of mimic it, you know. You can see here where I've wrapped the material around the bottom bar, hog ringed it. So I think it'll stay. And then what I'll do is I'll take some of this. This is mostly made for like headliners and things like that. It's just glue. We'll just spray a little bit in there. Not gonna get too carried away. We'll spray the bars too. Let this sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna push that onto the seat frame itself, the little springs here, and then that'll help hold it in place as well. Yeah, when you let it sit for a couple minutes, it gets tacky. And then when you have both sides getting tacky at the same time, when they touch, they stick. Works pretty good. This is the lever that helps you lean the seat forward, and it's got to go for now. We'll put it back on after we put the seat cover on. Not sure why I chose to wear a black shirt while doing this. Probably not my smartest move. You see there, I'm just taking my little angle grinder, got a little roll-lock disc on it, and we're just kind of going through here, just contouring this. You can see where it's got the knife marks in it here, and then over here it don't. So, I mean, that's actually working out pretty well. And I'm just trying to match this contour of the seat, you know what I'm saying? So there we go. I think that's going to do it. It's contoured down pretty good. I hope the camera's picking it up. You see, I just kind of rolled the edges over is all. Pretty easy. Anybody can do it, y'all. This is what I figured out. Look, I got this thin stuff here, and we're going to wrap it around the sides, right? Because we can't leave all that open. From the factory, that's what it had. You see this really thin stuff here. So this will be actually slightly thicker. But it wrapped around the sides, and then this went over it, I guess. So anyway, I just don't see the point in having it anymore. It's gone. So let's just go ahead and take it off of there and replace it with all new stuff. Why not? Now, fortunately, this thing has that big cover that snaps on the back, you remember? So we'll be able to do exactly what they did, how they just kind of wrapped it around inside of here and just tied it to the seat frame itself with the hog rings. That's what I'm cutting off of here, by the way. Once we get all those off, they're all the way around it and they hold it really good. But you could cut them with just a pair of like wire cutters, some snips or something. No, it actually punches right through it. They just made a little hole right there. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take this thing apart. Just take what's left of this side cover off. We're gonna have to source some of these. The other side's not quite as bad. This side's really bad. So anyway, looks like some C-clips is all that's holding that on there. Or no, look at that. That's not a C-clip. That actually has a cotter pin in it. Let me get some pliers. Where'd my pliers go? Looks like I can just take this cotter pin right out. I've never pulled one of these seats apart, so I don't have any idea. We're gonna learn together, I guess. Okay, that just slipped right off of there. That's easy enough. It's got some little spacers in between there, and I'm assuming this is just gonna slip right out of the... I was hoping it would just slip right out of there. Not sure what's going on this side just yet. Is there another... Oh, I see. Okay. So it seems as though if you'll turn this there, just kind of tilt it up, it'll pop right off. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Look at that. That's what I should have did to begin with, but I was thinking that I could just work around it, and I was assuming that that was going to be difficult. And look at there. Look what I was doing. I was just cheating myself because this actually turned out to be really easy to get off of there. And now I'm fighting with a hidden hog ring is what it looks like. One more, and I think we will have it. There we go. Oh, yeah. Get out of here. Man, I had to stop 1 second and show you guys this. This was just donated to us by Jim. He's a local guy, and he said he just didn't have a use for it anymore. And he wanted to pass it on to somebody, and he thought we would get some use out of it. And I'm here to tell you right now, we're going to get a ton of use out of this thing. I'm going to give it a quick little wipe down because I have a feeling this thing's going to clean up nice. We'll start with a little brushing. Next we'll spray it down with some of that purple power. The stuff seems to be working pretty good. Oh, we're cleaning her up now. Man, that looks pretty dang good if you ask me. So that's going to be its new home right there. It's going to get plenty of use, I promise you that. So thanks again, Jim. I think it was a little tiny one, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put it in there. Maybe go up a size, maybe this size right here. I think that'll fit. There we go. I'm just going to put that there for now. Keep track of this stuff so I don't lose them. Yeah, that made things a lot easier. And you can see here, this is where they actually took the rings and tied this the old foam, you know, right here to the bar, this bar right here with the hog rings, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just cutting all the old crap out of the way, and then once that's done, I could kind of wrap this around that bar, get in here with my pliers, and there we go. We've hog ringed it just like the, you know, over here. Now this part right here I could not access a minute ago, and now we got it. Look at that. All right, so that's what we're wanting. That's exactly how the factory did it. I'm not doing anything but what they did before me, and it lasted all these years. So I figure we'll just go back and do it the same way. Looks like I got another old one here we can get rid of. Let's see. There we go. There. Fold that around. Get up in there with the pliers. And there we go. Man, these things are working out great. I showed y'all these on the last video. And it's not sponsored or nothing. But these things do work pretty good. This stuff here. Let me get this crap off of here. This stuff's nasty anyway. I mean, we washed it, but we can only do so much. Pretty deteriorated. Cleaning off the old glue. This is just some red Scotch-Brite. Works pretty good. We use the putty knife on some of the thicker stuff, being stubborn. Man, having the back of this seat out has been beneficial in more ways than one. This is the inside edge that was over here by the armrest. I couldn't even get to it before, so I wasn't able to contour, you know. You see where my contour kind of ended there? So now I could do that. I'll go ahead and just carry that all the way down. Stuff is so messy. So I think the idea is we're going to wrap this thin layer all the way around till it goes up inside the back of it, you know, where that cover is going to go. And then we'll overlay it on the front here, you know, just round it over the edge maybe, and just kind of go up like that, trim the rest of it off. I don't think we need it to go all the way across. We'll see. I'm just going to do like sections. I think I'll just go up this way, up to here, stop. And then once we get this section on, we can go on with the rest of it. That way we're not working too big of an area at a time. And the thing with this glue, I've said it before, you have to spray both surfaces. So we got to spray this and the part that we're going to be actually gluing on. So now I'm going to come over here and glue this part as well. And it won't take a whole lot. We don't have to get super crazy with it because it's going to have a seat cover going over the top of it anyway. And all this stuff's going to have those hog rings on it. So it's not going to go anywhere when we're done with it. Well, here goes nothing, hopefully. The main thing is I want to make sure I got enough material going around this back side to wrap up in there. And there we go. I think we nailed it. We nailed it. Come up through here like that. I'll work it. It kind of wraps over the side there. Now remember, we only glue from this area. Now the rest of it's all nice and free. We ain't got to have no worries with it, you know, like, oh crap, this even got stuck over here, now you're peeling it back off, you know what I mean? So that's why we just do little sections at a time. And I'm not sold on whether or not I'm going to go all the way across. I don't think I am. I think I'm going to stick with what we said a second ago and just kind of trim around like that. So that's why I only glued over to about like right here. So that's the plan. So far, there it is. That's working. Kind of wrap this around here. I didn't glue all around the bottom. I'm going to flip it over and do that section in just a second. So yeah, now we can flip it up on its side and roll this over on the back, onto the back. You see how it's going to go just inside of here. These are the hog ring holes. There's one, there's one. So we got it, man. We got it. And then obviously that cover is going to snap right over the top of this, and then this will be tucked right underneath it perfectly. So I think that's going to work. We'll come back in. I went ahead and put the screws back in the holes so that all we got to do is come through and mark them with a razor blade, and they'll punch right through. Simple. So now let's come on around here and we'll just continue on. We'll add a little more glue. See how perfect that works? We're glued right up to there, and then we'll just keep going on around. Try to keep it off the ground. That's kind of, I think that would be some solid advice, right? Keep it off the ground. So now it's time for the fun part. See if we can even make this happen. Want to get ahead of yourself. That's the most important. And I would think that the most important part of this would be getting over the top of this to look right. And then obviously on the rest of it, we can just kind of trim it as needed, right? Like right here, we could trim this part off. What would I do? Let's see. Probably I could just use scissors. And I don't think you'll see this once the cover's on it, so I'm not too worried about it. But you'll just take your scissors, lay them flat as you can. Just like that. I mean, look at that. It looks like I sewed it, y'all. Look at me. So anyway, come back around on the front. And we're gonna attempt to do the same thing on the front side. Didn't glue down this side yet. We're only working across the front here, remember? So I'm just gonna leave it alone for a minute. Come back over here, continue down this side now. Just peel it back. Run some more glue in this area and just keep right on it going. We'll run a little more glue through here. And just repeating the same process all over again. Like I mentioned a minute ago, none of this is like got to be perfect, because the seat cover will cover all of this back up when we're done. Do it just like the other side. Run all that up underneath there like that. Trim the rest off with the scissors. We come through and trim off some of this. Let's flip it on over. Oh my God, what do we got going on over here? Not to worry. what we'll do is we'll run this over. Oh, gonna need some more glue. Didn't get quite enough glue, it looks like. See, that's not a big deal. All we gotta do, spray her down, and just wait a minute. Once it tacks up, that's when you know it's time to put the 2 layers together. In case I failed to mention that. Once it's, you could touch it, like right now I touch it, it's slimy, so that's not good enough. But here in about, I don't know, a couple minutes, doesn't take long, you'll touch it, it'll be really, really sticky, and that's when you want to put the 2 layers together. And I'll tell you what, once you do that, she ain't coming apart unless you tear it apart. That's the only way she'll come apart after that. So set for a few minutes, and it is super sticky now. See there, man, as soon as it touches it, that's it, she's good to go. I'm gonna run this on up here, kind of roll it over that edge. And then up here's where it's going to kind of bunch up. That's fine. You saw what we did on the back side. We're gonna do the same thing on the front side. Just like that. You see what we did here? Just like on the back side. And then we'll trim it with the scissors again. We'll be good to go. And I'm gonna take and go ahead and just trim all the way up around here like this. I'm not gonna get too crazy with this, start breaking out tape measures and stuff. I got my trusty little guide, my little pinky finger there. See that? Got us a nice straight line there. I'll do the same thing over on this side. Man, that is precise. Look at that. Just go through here and get rid of all this stuff we don't need. Get these off of here. Get this one too. I think that's gonna work. Just cutting out the screw holes here. There it is. Okay. Now I gotta cut a square hole in it too. This is what has to go down inside of it, right? So let's go ahead and just cut this open right here. There it is. I think that'll work. Just goes in there like that. Push the button, right? And then this goes, make sure we get this right, there we go. It goes on there like that. The screw goes back in. I just put this on here. For one thing, you gotta cut the holes out anyway, right? But this is the best way to keep track of stuff. I'm telling you, there's just no better way than just put it back right where it goes if you can. Because unfortunately, this is as far as we're gonna go with this seat today. All right, that puts us back to good again. Yeah, I think that's as far as I'm gonna go today. I'm still trying to find a good seat cover to slip onto this. Everything's just crap. You know how they are, cheap made junk that doesn't fit very good. As far as the foam goes, man, I think we nailed it. This feels good. This feels like road trip worthy here. I mean, that's nice and soft. So you guys tell me what you think, man. Are we on the right track or what? The same plan is going to apply to the bottom. I mean, everything that we're doing up here, we're gonna do down here, and then we gotta figure out what we're gonna put over this. I've been hunting for a good seat cover. I just can't find anything worth the crap, so. Anyway, we'll keep hunting. As for now, this is where we're at. When we come back, I will most likely have the bottom done and ready for some covers, and then you guys can see what we found. Hopefully we'll find something by then. So anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and get on out of here, you guys. Be sure to comment what do you guys think, man? Are we heading in the right direction with the seat or what? I know a lot of you are going to tell me, man, just go buy some this and that or whatever. Man, that stuff is expensive. They're like $600 to buy the factory stuff that just slips right on there. So anyway, I've got a few more parts that are ordered that aren't even here yet that I want to get on here at the same time. Lower radiator hose and a few other things. I've got exhaust manifold gaskets for it. Fan belts, fuel filters, you name it, it's all going on there. And man, that all sounds like fun. I'm actually looking forward to it. I can't wait to get that far in the project. You guys, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate all the support. You guys seem to like this build, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Anyway, go ahead and get on out of here. I'll see you guys later.